Good morning, pregame crew. It is Thursday, April 6, 2023, 8:22 a.m. Eastern, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is a place where I go over indices, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers of the day. My goal is to get through 25 charts in 25 minutes. I officially start in 8 minutes. Between now and then, I'm going to say hello to my friends, take a few chart requests, get my technical analysis muscles warmed up, and do an audio visual check. Thank you, Night Truck. Good morning, Shank and Bake. How are ya? Hey, Andre Renaissance, Night Truck Keith, Carlos the King, Luciano. I will make you happy today, Carlos. I will look at Sand USDT. Hey, Alnick, Whitney, Trainman, Casey, Homebody, Samwise, Slacker. Don't be a slacker. Hey, Mike, Mary, Mark. Good morning. Hey, Ann. Let's go back up to the top. Okay, let's look at Sand. Go pound Sand. Kidding. All right. Daily 50 and 200 MA are overhead. We're barely holding the low of yesterday. Man, this is a critical juncture here for Sand. You see we're at the 50 RSI. We are at these key EMAs and we are just squished in between as pressure is building. You see that? Squeeze is building. 4-hour lower high is the more likely scenario. Potential hourly bear flag. This could be developing. Let's see. Yeah. You could have a head and shoulders developing as well. Not real healthy on the 4-hour or the hourly. 15-minute trap below EMAs. You see that? Rejection, 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 rejection. Rejection, rejection. When you have repetitive behavior from a stock, it gives you an opportunity to scalp that. And it also gives you an opportunity when that character changes and it shifts and it gets over the EMH. Okay, something has changed. We can go long now. So not too healthy where it is right here, right now. Good morning, Ed, Rachel, Kamani, Jungle, Fernando. Hey, Dave. All right. Looks like XLV is next. XLV is on fire. This girl is on fire. Alicia Keys, when she sang that song, she was singing it about this ticker. We have not gotten through 13349 in regular trading hours. You see that? We need to get through that level during regular trading hours. It'll mean more. That is a monthly resistance. Do you see it? We're over it right now. Let's see if the bulls can keep this up into regular trading hours. And this made me go look at UNH. UNH got over this 50769. It has not gotten through the prior support 51389. Do you see how it's running into a 200 MA? I don't want to be a contrarian just to be for contrarian's sake, but you know me and these key moving averages. We are running smack dab into that daily 200 MA. I think you could possibly top fish 512, and it's a high risk top fish because XLV and UNH are on fire. Hi, Chris. Hey, KK. Hey, Richard. Good morning. Good morning. Let me look at something. XLV. Let's turn on the trade keeper. Trade keeper would have kept you in on the daily from here to here short. And look, it hasn't given a false signal on the hourly for 4 trading days. You see that? Last Friday when it started to break out, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you see the trade keeper, all these dots below, that means remain in the long. And if you're interested in our indicators, they're on sale right now. And here is the video where Dan and I and Mark explain our 3 proprietary indicators. And again, they are on major sell right now. Awesome, Kelly. Thanks for sharing. Same thing with J&J. Is it extended, Mary? I'm sure it is. Yeah. Look at the hourly trade keeper. It would have kept you in the trade from back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trading days. Let's see. Let's turn off trade keeper and let's see. Yep, you're right. It is running into the daily 200 MA from below. It got through 165.15. Your next resistance 168.70. I like a short of 166.28 on J&J. On gold, Mark, that just means, let's go look at it. On gold, it just means that price is exceeding the Keltner channels. So we have multiple indicators we brought into one. This just means caution, caution. It's still long because it's printing below price. It just means that price is extending outside the Keltner channel on the mother time frame, on a higher time frame, just saying things could change. So the purple and the yellow are just caution. It doesn't change the direction. It's still a long because it is printing beneath price. And it's a sell when the dots are printing above price. And purple, again, just means it may be losing the EMAs or regaining EMAs on mother time frame. Again, we have multiple indicators that are combined to say, okay, this is still a healthy trend. Stay in this long. I actually have Oxy on my list. Hey, Sal. We'll get started in 1 minute. Mark, shame on me. You know what? I've always said I'm not a salesperson. I somehow sell through my operational effectiveness. I try to be effective anyway. And then if that helps you and you say, wait, that works, I want to buy that, great. But we're some pretty crappy salespeople in TCG. If we're being honest, we're pretty terrible, especially Dan. You know, we're here to help. We're here to help. And if we happen to get you in the community and you love it and it helps you, wonderful. Slow Devil, it's up to you. If you get a week maker on a Monday, do you quit for the rest of the week? I don't, but it doesn't mean that I shouldn't. Maybe I should. Sure, we'll look at Onan and then we will. Those darn shoes, I don't get it. Not comfortable for me. Okay, daily, we've lost the uptrend. You have a gap way down here. Doesn't mean all gaps are not required to be filled, but it's just something that you make note of. Ugly weekly candle developing here. Potential 4-hour bear flag. Yesterday's low, $29, becomes the key level to hold. We love you more, Kelly. Hey, Nugget, y'all ready to get started? Let's get this show on the road. Good morning. This is who I am. I'm Charkow Lori. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, at Charkow Lori, that would be great. We have jobless claims coming in right here, right now. Looks like we're pulling back just a little bit on that data. Let's see. We had more jobless claims than what was anticipated, and that is a bad news is good news type scenario, but the market is still selling off right here. So not a lot to glean from that. Again, these are the jobless claims that come out every Thursday, and we have payroll numbers tomorrow. Futures will be open, but the market will be closed. And we have the most hawkish Fed member, Bullard. He is speaking at 10 a.m. All right. So again, this is who I am. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. What I do here every morning is I share this table with you. This table is just it's a more objective way for me to gather my thoughts and convey to you what I'm seeing on the charts. Right now, bulls still have an edge. I would say in NASDAQ and QQQ, the bears have an edge. XLF and XLV and XLE are keeping bulls on the menu today. Let's go look at ES. Good morning, Sarana. How are you? Thanks, Night Truck. I'm glad you like it. And we got elevated bear volume coming in on those jobless claim numbers. Look what's overhead. the hourly 50 MA. If you're interested in my chart setup and you're on YouTube, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation as to what are all these colors on Lori's chart. So again, I like to call it the Great Wall of China, the hourly 50 MA, because it's hard for price to get through it. Good morning, Jimbo and Vieka. How do you find the video on TradeKeeper? It is right here. It is pinned at the top of YouTube, and if you're on TradingView, I will paste it over there. There you go, Jimbo. I'm here to serve. Okay, so I started earlier. What I do is I show you this table. I have notes that are on another screen. I copy and paste those notes for TCG members when I am done. All right, Hang Seng is pretty flat. It closed up 0.28%. The DAX is up 0.28% right now. So we can't get a lot of information from the international markets. For me, this is a hurry up and wait week. I started with that on Monday, and the narrative is still the same. We have earnings that start next Friday, bank earnings, and then Netflix and technology earnings the week after that. So this has been, I think I called it dead week. This is the week where it's kind of like the week before we have action pickup, and it's just kind of blasé. We don't have a lot of conviction in the market right now. So let's look at it on the daily. I'll take my big red stop sign. It wasn't technically a stop sign, it was a circle, but I'll take that off. So what is going on with ES? We have the hourly 50 MA overhead, and we still have a potential daily bull flag. Now, how many of you nailed that long from 4098 yesterday? Because when we were talking yesterday, again, this is very healthy consolidation. I'm going to delete the fibs, but do y'all remember we talked about 4098? Because that represented the first hourly oversold. And it also matched up with the daily 8 EMA, and we also had support there. So we talked about 4100 a lot yesterday morning, and it held like a champ. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. We're in an hourly uptrend. That's good. And this pullback has been pretty shallow on ES. That's good. But what's not good is first cousin NQ. It has not been a healthy pullback. We have pulled back more than 50%. So that doesn't mean a higher high is guaranteed on the next bounce. It will be tougher to do since we pulled back 50% from the last daily higher low to the swing high. We've given back about 50%. EMAs are overhead. NASDAQ is much farther away from the 50 MA. So NQ is definitely weaker than ES. Maybe so, Ed. If you could hit that like button, there are currently 217 of you on this show and only 59 likes. So if you get anything helpful from this broadcast, please hit that like button. All right, so NASDAQ is weaker. So if we want to short something, we're going to look at NASDAQ names. RTY looks good as far as this bounce, but I want you to look at the pullback from the daily, the last daily low at 1708 to the swing high. We have pulled back almost 60%. So a daily lower high is now the more likely scenario on RTY. Again, hourly is bouncing better than NASDAQ, but this daily chart has a lot of work to do. Daily lower high anticipated. Dow, a totally different story. Y'all look at this potential daily bull flag. Isn't that beautiful? Why? Why does the Dow look so much better than everything else? E, F, and V. I think that's an ejection fracture. That's like a That's like a heart measurement for you clinical people, I think. But EFV, XLE, XLF, and XLV are large components in the Dow. The Dow has the second daily inside bar forming, very shallow pullback, very shallow for this potential daily bull flag. And that's because XLF, XLE, and XLV are leading the way, not QQQ. So then we're going to connect those narratives and say, okay, we talked about this double top on the monthly here yesterday. Nope, we didn't. We talked about it on the weekly there. And I said I consider this at double top at 33855 and 33877. So we're going to connect the narrative and say, okay, since Dow is stronger, XLF looks pretty good. Let's look at for longs. Let's look at banks. Banks look good this morning. And things may have changed since I looked at them 3 hours ago and an hour ago and 30 minutes ago, but we'll see. Ejection. Married. Come on, tell me, what is it? I know it's a heart thing. I have my MBA. I am not a clinician, but I did sleep at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Just kidding. All right. So we've gone over the 4 major indices. I had a chart I wanted to show you. Okay, so weekly inside bar on ELF. Y'all look how pretty this chart is. So I had a note. I had an alert set. Tell me when we get first hourly oversold on ELF for a long. And y'all, this is our back burner trade indicator. You see it? It didn't work as well. It did not mark the near bottom, but the 78.89 holding the 78.62, that was a great area to look for a long for just a bounce trade. I thought that was a pretty good look. So I love ELF makeup. That's why I had constantly watched this beautiful chart. It ran away without me. Okay. All right. What was the other thing? So the question today is, did the hourly oversold conditions yesterday mark the daily higher low? And we'll get that answer most likely today. And if we start making new lower lows, then no, the hourly oversold on ES did not mark the daily higher low, and we have more pain incoming. So now this low becomes super important because that's where hourly got oversold. And did it mark the daily higher low? Yeah, I know I can get y'all fired up if I say something wrong. Small detour. I used to listen to Kid Craddock in the morning. They're like a nationwide radio show. And they would drive people nuts saying things that weren't accurate, and people would go crazy. And it's funny how people love the chaos and they love to be right, and they love it when other people are wrong. And it would get them so many followers. And I thought it was the craziest thing that they did, but it actually works. And here's one of the things that they would do. There are no states that end in the letter A. And they would have people calling in going nuts. Alabama, Louisiana, Nevada, because people like to be right and they like to call out when someone else is wrong. And I just find human behavior in general is amazing and funny. Hey, William, you're sunshine. Okay. Man, that was a detour. Bank earnings start next week. I'm going over my notes, y'all. One more random thing. Bear Cave report at 10:30 this morning, the Dorsey Bear Cave. They will be naming a name today that's a $50 billion company. I copied it and pasted it right here. Right. Did I put it here? Yeah. Today at 10:30 a.m. So I posted this yesterday. Bear Cave will publish a $50 billion company that owns one of the most visible brands in the United States. And they're basically going to poke holes in this company's financials. So here is what the rumor mill is that it's going to be Shop. I'm not saying that it will be Shop, but Shop is a $55 billion market cap company. And when I go look at Shop, that daily does look atrocious. That is a potential daily rising wedge that has broken bear. So it'll be interesting. That'll be released at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we'll see. Sometimes those bear cave names, you can get a quick short on it, and also you can flip to the long side once it just gets good and beat up for a dead cat bounce. All right, now let's go to Bitcoin. Hey, Jorge. Billy from, you said Shopify too. See, the rumor mill is getting some traction there. Bitcoin is holding up the 8 EMA. Is holding the 8 EMA just fine. We have a 4-hour downtrend, an hourly downtrend. If you look at the table, I gave Bitcoin, it has a bearish tone to it with this 4-hour downtrend, hourly downtrend. But when you look at the daily, dang, that's strong. It is consolidating in time versus price. You see that? Oh. RSI is cooling off and price is going sideways. That's bullish. Potential weekly bull flag. So Bitcoin, 4 hours, not that great. Hourly, not that great. But larger time frames, it's A-okay. Ethereum. All right, Ethereum, potential hourly bear flag. 4 hour is much stronger. It's still a downtrend, but it's stronger than Bitcoin. Bulls have changed the 15-minute trend here. So let's see what they can get going. Ethereum is stronger than Bitcoin. It has been all week. You know what? I'm saying that, but it's down 2% overnight. I guess it got pretty far ahead of Bitcoin, and that's why it's 2%. A 4-hour lower high is anticipated on Ethereum. And on Bitcoin, a 4-hour lower high is anticipated. All right, gold. Gold has been strong most of the week. We're losing this hourly 50 MA right here. 2024 is your next support. Then we're looking down at 1995. 5-minute oversold mark pretty good buying opportunities. Let's see. We got some elevated bear volume coming in. I don't like trading commodities before the market opens because it's on lower volume. Sometimes it can get easily manipulated. So be careful with attempting a long on gold here. Oil, we have Baker Hughes rig count move from tomorrow to today. Hourly higher high. Potential daily bull flag. There's nothing wrong with this. Again, I don't see a trade. I haven't seen a clear trade in oil all week. Nat gas, potential daily bear flag. Maybe Griffin, maybe AI is bottoming. But at this point, it would just be a dead cat bounce. Okay, so nat gas, I have nothing positive to say about nat gas. Bulls have not been able to prove a thing, an absolute thing. Inventory today at 10:30 Eastern on nat gas. Apple. Daily higher low expected, below these hourly EMAs for now. So let's see how big that retracement was so far. So we almost made it to the 50% retrace. So a daily higher high is still possible. Let's see what bulls can do. Same question we have for SPY. Did this hourly oversold here did this mark the bottom for Apple? If we open up below 161.80, the answer is no, and we could have more pain incoming. I'm going to try to say that again in the same way. The question for Apple, the market, QQQ, did yesterday's hourly oversold mark the daily higher low? If we break the low of yesterday, the answer is no, and we've got more pain incoming. That's probably the most important paragraph I've said since I started talking. All right, Amazon. Amazon, we're already breaking the low of yesterday, and we lost a daily support on Amazon. Do you see this little support right here? 101.43. We lost that yesterday on Amazon and Tesla. So Amazon and Tesla bounces could be for shorting because we've lost daily support. Let me say it again. Bounces could be for shorting because we've lost the daily support on Amazon and Tesla. And bears are hoping that this is the beginning of a head and shoulders on Nvidia. We're holding the low of yesterday just fine. So Nvidia's daily higher low could be put in, all right? And if we start taking out the lows of yesterday, more incoming pain for bulls, bears taking over. Tesla is weak. We lost our daily support, 185.43. We lost the daily 50 EMA. We lost the daily 21 EMA, and we lost the daily 8 EMA. Clear? Are we clear? Weak. Bounces are for shorting. Okay, let's go set an alert. This will probably be my favorite trade setup of the day. If I can get 5-minute overbought conditions on Tesla, that can make for a great short. All right. And this is where I'm going to get pretty unpopular. And as you probably can tell from my personality, I will cry if I'm not popular. FRC, potential long over 1378. I typed 1278 in my notes. Over 1378. You see this tightening pattern here? This could be a potential long over 1378. We've been going sideways for a while. We have a lot of pressure building in FRC. And with XLF being so strong in pre-market, you're going to notice a trend. Well, let me show you. I'm copying from my notes that are on another screen. Here's my Queen of the Mountain trades, okay? FRC, potential long over 1378. JPM, potential long over high of yesterday. And Schwab, potential long over 49.42. That is three banks that I have on the long side. I am staying with the narrative. The narrative is banking and XLF is strong in pre-market. Then I'm going to look for bank longs. And then Oxy XLE is strong in pre-market. So therefore I have Oxy as a potential long. Do y'all see this? Well, I can't draw, but we knew that already. We are really squeezing sideways here, and this could be a great long over 64.69. All right, and then what was my other one? Shop could be a short. We'll see if that's the bear cave name. But if I just say I don't even care about the bear cave narrative at all, this sure is an ugly chart. Daily rising wedge, breaking bear. Bounces are for shorting, in my opinion. All right. There's not a lot of you today, but half of you have hit the like button, so that's good. Let's look at AI together. AI had this bad news that something is untoward in their accounting, and they continue to get beat up yesterday. When we look at the daily chart, and I posted this in our room yesterday at the time that we were hitting 2050, yesterday's low, that we had supports in this area. Let's see if I can draw this correctly. So we had a lot of support in this area and we bounced from 2050. This is still a bearish narrative. So 5-minute overbought here will be another short opportunity. All right. Schwab, I like it over 49.42. JPM, I want y'all to look at this. How many times do I tell y'all that JPM really respects technicals most of the time? So Tuesday's low was 126.42. Yesterday's low, 126.46. We held it by 4 pennies. That was a perfect double bottom fish opportunity. JPM gives us a lot of those. I like JPM. I like that strong sideways action yesterday for a potential long over the high of yesterday. And Wilson, no, not up here. XLV needs to clear 133.49 in regular trading hours. And it's not doing it yet. That's a double top. That's a double top on the weekly. So if I wanted to swing XLV, I would wait for first hourly oversold. And it may take a while to get there. But that's okay. I got time. All right. All right, I have time for a request. You're welcome, Jimbo. Oh, no problem. Pacusti. Yeah, AI got really beat up in general. So if we look at the AI names, here's the AI sector that I have, that I watch. Look how terrible. They were pretty beat up yesterday. So I agree. The sector as a whole has been taken down pretty well. But you know who got AI news overnight and looked green this morning? Yeah, Google. I couldn't put it as a long. I wanted to put this as a long so badly with the news, but I couldn't do it with this diamond pattern. Y'all see that bearish diamond pattern on Google? So it had positive news, but it has a bearish pattern, so then I'm stuck like Chuck. I can't give you a trade on it in good conscience because I have conflict. I have a bad pattern, don't like it, but bullish news. Sure, I can check forward. I already did ON. I did that earlier. Daily higher low anticipated. Jungle Cat. Yes, not as much as I did. In January, I got pretty beat up selling option spreads, so I took a break from it. I did sell like 10 spreads yesterday, real small. But yes, these are the type of weeks where selling spreads work because it's the dead week. We have a lot of sideways action. So on Ford, what would I do? I don't like a trade setup on Ford. Maybe top fish 1265. I don't like this. I don't always confirm my position with a 5-minute time frame because with bull flags, the question is, do I always confirm my position with a 5-minute time frame? The nature of a bull flag. So let's say we have a bull flag. When you zoom in on lower time frames, a lot of times you'll see a 5-minute higher low, and then you'll see a lower low, and then you have this pattern. And it breaks up and higher bullishly. We see a lot of fake outs on bull flags where you get a tiny lower low without a lot of follow through and then it zooms higher. I don't want to get stopped out of those. So no, 5-minute doesn't always confirm my position, but I do like to look at all time frames. Considering I can't draw, that's a pretty good ABCD pattern. I was going to show y'all that pattern. It's not pulling up on my Google search. Oh, well. All right. Not yet, Night Truck. I said I was going to do one this year, and I commit to that. But, man, it's just been... I've been getting hit between the eyes with life, you know? And I know we all do. XBI. That could be a daily inverse head and shoulders setting up. We're below the EMAs. It's weak. Super weak. Over 75.64 could be a decent long. And you have support at 75.01. Tough pattern. ISRG. $259.02. We got a double top there. Nice area to top fish. We hit 258.89, 259.02. We got a double top in that area. This is a very constructive bullish chart, so I'd be careful top fishing it, but it could work today. Hey, y'all all have a great weekend. Give me a follow on Twitter if you haven't already at ChartGalLori. Check out our indicators that are on sale here. There's that link pinned in chat. I love you all and use stop losses.